Hi, I'm Jen, and I'm a fantasy copywriter at usomuch.com. And I use fantasy in my copy to tap into people's dreams and desires. And I believe that the best way to make your fantasy come true is to write it down because words make it real. So I'm continuing my video series about how to write copy for a website sales page. And again, a website sales page is any kind of a page on a website where you're trying to sell something. So the goal is to get the reader to continue reading down the page until they click on that buy button. And that's why I use fantasy, because let's face it, if you can't tap into someone's fantasies and make them feel like you understand what they're really, truly feeling and desire, then they're not going to buy from you. So it's super important to make sure that you understand what their fantasies are. And the things that you really want to make sure you include on a website sales page are a headline, a customer-focused message, subheadlines, bullet points, flow, and a call to action, of course, and then optional extras such as a PS or guarantees, that kind of thing. And with the last video, I kind of talked a little bit about my philosophy on call to action. And so if you get a chance, I highly recommend you go back and watch that video. And so today I want to talk a little bit more about call to action and continue talking about that in this next video. So to quickly review what I talked about in my last video, the most important thing about call to action is that you are very, very clear about what action you want them to take. You also want to make sure that you've addressed every single fantasy and objection that they might have before they get there so they can make a decision on whether or not they're going to take that action. And then the final thing is you want to make sure that you know how you want them to feel and that they feel like their fantasy is right around the corner when they click on that buy button. So today what I'd like to do is show you a few websites that I thought did a really great job with the call to action. And the first one I want to look at today is freshpressedoliveoil.com. And this is a website that is for olive oil aficionados. So as you can imagine, someone who's a real passionate foodie who loves olive oil. And one of the things, let's take a look here at the website. One of the things that I think is really awesome about this call to action is that it is so clear on the button itself what it is you're signing up for, right? It says right here, click here to enroll in Fresh Pressed Olive Oil Club. There's no question what you're signing up for. You're signing up for an olive oil club, which probably means, without knowing much about it, without reading any of the copy, that you're getting an olive oil sent to you every so often because you're part of some club. The other thing that I thought was really interesting about this was that the PS is actually before the final call to action button. So it's kind of neat because it kind of forces you to read kind of some of those optional extras, which we'll talk about later, before you even click on the call to action. And then the last thing is the sign off on this is really awesome. I just love it. It's like yours for fabulous foods. So again, there's no question here what the reader is into and what their fantasies are, right? They want some yummy, delicious foods. They want, as they mentioned on their precious liquid gold. I mean, that's just incredible. So fantastic copy here and fantastic call to action. The next website I wanted to show you is Autoresponder Madness. And this is a really something that's appealing for me personally. It is a website all about this copywriting technique that you can use to get response to your emails. And this is a really cool call to action, specifically because what he has here is the I want to buy this first, and then it has, just in case you really aren't quite sure, more copy to follow, and then again you can buy me again. So here it says add to cart, but right before it gets there he says here's to being bold and making a ruckus, you can do this. And then it goes down further and then has more copy there in case you're not 100% sure. And then there's a guarantee right there again before another call to action button. So it kind of addresses any final questions you might have with a guarantee before that final action button. Remember, you're covered by a zero risk full 60-day 200%. For 200%, that's awesome. Money back guarantee where I'll actually pay you if you don't get results. So long story short, what would keep you from, at that point, from clicking the add to cart, right? Add to cart, I want to buy this, I'm ready to go. So the next website I want to show you that I really like the call to action button is a website called learnscrivenerfast.com. And this is for a specific program that teaches you how to use Scrivener, which is a writing platform, to use it a lot more effectively for your writing. And what I love about this page is that it talks right away on all the buttons to click on. It says start learning now rather than just buy me, right? Or add to cart. It's very specific about I want to learn because I have to learn how to use this this software program that I'm confused about. But then it has another PS, again, before another call to action. And it has a lot more interesting copy there to help you lead into, gosh, if writing is your career and if writing is your dream, don't you owe yourself to fulfill it? So it gives you that one more final little tease, like, hey, to induce those feelings of I really want to write this novel, I want to get this done, and I have to learn how to use this program so I can do my dream, I can finish my fantasy of writing this best-selling novel, right? So I love that it has the creative call to action button, but it also there's more copy and another call to action button again. And the last website that I want to show you here is one of my favorites, and it's melissacasera.com, and she's a PR gal, and she has a few different programs to help anyone who's looking to need a little extra PR, a little media exposure, and just some really great writing on our website. And one of the things that I really love about her page that has different programs on it is that it's very clever and it's very catchy. And you can see right here on this page that I'm showing you, she has this get it button. So it's like get it rather than just yes, buy me, right? Get it. And then 1,000 times yes. Learn how to get down on bended knee and create a business offering that will have your dream customer screaming, yes, yes, I do. I mean, again, addressing the fantasies right there with the call to action, right there next to the button. I mean, what else could you ask for? And it's fun too. So there you go. Those are some great examples of some call to action buttons. And next time we'll talk a little bit more about how to set those up. What's the best way for your customers to feel like their fantasies are going to come true by setting it up with the right copy before, maybe after, and on the button itself. And if you want to know more about me and my fantasy copywriting, you can find me online at usesomuch.com. And don't forget to write down your own fantasies because words make it real.